I'm about to flip the script, flip the switch, magic trick, watch this, watch this. I'm about to make you trip, make you glitch, camera click, watch this, watch this. I put it like gold, check out the view. Out with the old, and in with the new. I'm in my new era. I'm better in my new era. I'm better in my new era.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to a sun-drenched Mattioli Woods Welford Road Stadium for round 2 of Premiership Women's Rugby. Leicester Tigers at home for the first time. Bristol Bears, after a bye in week 1, playing their first game of the season. Yes, it is our great pleasure to be bringing you every game of Premiership Women's Rugby this season as we look to just grow this brilliant league, these brilliant players and these brilliant teams, and also these brilliant co-commentators as well, making her debut today. Australia's finest, Jemima McCalman. How are you?
Dave, I'm very well. How are you?
Yeah, good. That's a great start, by the way. Make sure you keep that nice and close to the lip. What are we remembering?
It's Movember, so we're keeping the microphone in our little moustache position.
That is exactly what we're doing. Right then, Bristol Bears appearing for the first time this season. Leicester Tigers, one game, 180 minutes to learn from. So what has the week been like in the build-up to this one?
Well, I think the exciting thing about those 80 minutes, it was 30 minutes of learning very quickly and then 50 minutes of playing some really good quality rugby. So for us, it was about focusing on the 50 minutes of quality rugby that we did play and working out how to stretch that to an 80-minute game. So that's exciting for us.
About 30% of the pitch is in shade at the moment. The other 70% is in the sun. I am not surprised to see the players out there warming up in the sun because it's pretty chilly in the stands, isn't it?
It's very chilly in the stands, and after playing for about 5 years as a winger, I learnt very quickly where to stand on days like this, get myself into the sunshine while I'm waiting for the ball to come out. Well,
the players are just on their way in. We'll be meeting them shortly. A few things to go through before then. It's another full schedule of fixtures in Premiership Women's Rugby this season. So let's take a look at the fixtures and the story so far in this fledgling season. Gloucester Hartpury made it 2 big wins from 2, 47-31 against Exeter Chiefs, who picked up a try bonus. A couple of games live on YouTube today. Thank you for joining us for this one. Leicester Tigers against Bristol Bears. Loughborough Lightning down the road in Northampton as they play Sale Sharks. That could be an absolute cracker. And then after you've enjoyed those two, it is the London Derby at the Stone X Stadium, live on TNT Sports. Saracens against Harlequins. It only seems like 5 minutes since they played each other in that absolutely excellent PWR Cup final, yet here we are into the league now, and they're really looking forward to that one. That's what the table looks like. We're just one round in. So Gloucester Hartpury, 2 wins from 2. Exeter now 1 win and 1 defeat, and already minus points difference thanks to Gloucester Hartpury's lethal attack. Sale with that big win over Leicester Tigers, and Bristol Bears yet to get their campaign off the mark. Right, well, I spoke to both the coaches. I'll speak to you plenty today, Jemima. But let's hear what both of the head honchos made of this fixture before we kick off. Round 2 is upon us, and there were plenty of positives from round 1, particularly the latter part of the match. So what are those positives that you're bringing into this game against Bristol Bears?
I think the positives that we showed in terms of, from a coaching point of view, the girls did exactly what we asked of them. They showed that grit, they showed that willingness to want to move the ball. Like, I think our pass stats were one of the highest in the league from that second half, so we were really pleased with the girls in terms of that.
You've made some changes today. Talk us through those. Are they injury or are they tactical?
Yeah, a couple of injuries. You're always going to pick up little niggles here and there through the week, but the majority of them are tactical, sort of preparing for what we know that Bristol are going to bring today.
What are Bristol going to bring today? Because this is their first game of the season. A bit of an unknown entity, maybe?
Yeah, I think, look, Bristol stay true to what they do well, which is move the ball at all costs. Like, they play a very expansive game. They will play from anywhere on that pitch, and we feel prepared for that today.
What does a good afternoon look like?
A win. 100% a win today.
Good luck.
Thank you very much.
First game of the season. How has this week been, watching everybody get off to good starts, bad starts, and you sort of sitting on the sidelines? Are you raring to go?
Yes, it was really good to have that extra week's prep, but then when the game started coming in last weekend, and even watching the game yesterday, like, the girls are like chomping at the bit to go and put in a great performance today, and no better place to do it than at the stadium here at Leicester.
Tell us about the team that you've put together then. A few stellar names, particularly coming off the bench. A few still to come back in later in the season. But how pleased are you with the 23 that you've been able to put together?
Outstanding. We had a really positive cup campaign. So girls that had just joined the club, like Aisha Jah at tight head and Demelza Short at 6, performed outstandingly well for us, and we've tried to blend that sort of youth and the opportunity they took during that period with obviously our internationals on the bench, and some stellar performances from our more established players like Simi Pam, Phoebe Murray did outstandingly well during the cup, Delaney Burns also. So yeah, really good blend of experienced Bears players, young aspiring players, and then seasoned internationals, which I'm looking forward to seeing in a Bears jersey for the first time this year.
What about the opponents today then? Leicester Tigers, you are probably favourites, but they've had a game to warm up to find themselves a bit more. What are you expecting from them today?
They showed some great, played some great rugby in the second half last week, so we've analysed that. I think they didn't get off to the best start in the game, so yeah, we've really focused on being away from home, making sure we start well, and then yeah, respecting the opposition. Say, hopefully with the quality we've got in our squad, we should put in a good performance. But yeah, expecting a tough game here today.
Go well.
Thank you very much.
Perfect. Good. Great to hear from both coaches, and both coaches pretty optimistic as well. So let's take a look at the teams. A few changes for Leicester Tigers, but some standout performers last week. Mika Gunter really kept things going in the pack. She's one of the World Cup players. Morgan Richardson will be the vice-captain, and Jenny Maxwell captains her side. A very exciting backline as well. Tess Fury certainly got tongues wagging with her brilliance last week, but the control of the game from 10 and 15 will be absolutely massive for Leicester Tigers today as they look to make some way on this absolutely enormous pitch. There will be opportunities, and they feel as though they have got the backline that can take advantage of it.
That Tess Fury actually won't be playing 9 and 15. That's Jenny Maxwell in 9, just to correct the YouTube there.
Well spotted. I'm glad you're here, Jemima. In terms of the bench then, Enika Labouré is the under-20 French scrum half, a superbly talented player. In fact, a lot of age group internationals in Alana Bainbridge and Ellie Smith, both involved with England under-20s over the year as well. Ross Bundy, the head coach, sounded very optimistic ahead of this one. But Bristol Bears, with an extra week's rest and a positive cup campaign, have got a lot of quality. Simi Pam and Holly Phillips in the front row. Big opportunity for the likes of Aisha Jah and Demelza Short as well. They were actually name-checked ahead of the game. Two of the young players who've come through the England programme. In fact, Aisha Jah was on the university bench on Wednesday, but here she is now playing Premiership women's rugby. Ciara Bevan, the Welsh international 9, will definitely keep things ticking over. And on a big, wide pitch like this, the likes of Millie David and Ronika Bonner will look to have a lovely time, but you'd want to be playing on the right wing in the first half and the left wing in the second, so you stay in the sunshine. Well, if you thought that was a strong Bristol Bears 15, wait till you see the bench. They've got Maisie Davis, Welsh international, Sarah Byrne and Abby Ward, World Cup winners, and then Cunningham, Clark, both Scotland internationals, Jenny Hesketh and Natalie Evans. If the first 60 minutes don't go well, then Bristol Bears have got plenty in reserve as they look to get an opening win on their opening game of the season. Well, that is evidence that we do have sunshine, but we also have hats, and I've got no idea how functional that Tigers hat is, but it looks warm to me, Jemima.
Yeah, it's certainly not keeping the sun out of the eyes, but it is definitely a fashion statement.
Delaney Burns leading the Bristol Bears out today. She has been a magnificent servant to this club. Remember in the Premier 15s days where she was a raw and tough second row. Now she is a brilliant leader, still in that position, still doing great work. She's an England international, and this is a massive opportunity at the start of the season for her to really put her best foot forward. She's got Jenny Herring next to her there, experienced open side. And Simi Pam, always entertaining. Cannot wait to see her out on this big, wide pitch. But also can't wait to see these Leicester Tigers led out by the captain, Jenny Maxwell. A great welcome from the stands, from the fans, and from the team who formed the tunnel Tell us about this team then, Jemima. Other than the obvious, the Maxwells, etc., who can we really look forward to, and who do you think is going to want to make a great impression out there today?
I think we'll have a lot of fun watching Georgie Lingham carry it up the midfield and look for her offload. She led the tournament in offloads last week, and I think she'll be looking to do it again this week, so I'd be running off her shoulder if I was out there.
Where do Leicester Tigers win the game today? Or where do they really compete in the game today?
I think we'll be looking to use advantage of our 10s boot, KB, and I think I'd be chasing her kicks and turning Bristol around and making them defend, because we know they don't like to.
Well, there is a bit of a breeze out there. And in control of everything but the breeze is the referee, Holly Wood. She is assisted by Rosie Proctor and Jenny Burrows, so an all-female refereeing team today. We are live at Mattioli Woods, Welford Road Stadium. It is round 2 of Premiership Women's Rugby. It is Leicester Tigers in the traditional green, white and red, kicking off to Bristol Bears, who are about to get their first touch of the league season. And we're underway. Grace Dean with an excellent chase there, wearing 14. In that sunshine, Simi Pam with the little tip, and Bristol Bears, we know that they love to move the ball at all costs, and sometimes they come a little bit unstuck in doing so, but that's a decent kick clearance. Fury doesn't gather that cleanly, but has got good footwork to get herself out of trouble. That is, if teammates don't stop her from doing so, and that's a good early chase from Bonner to force her into touch.
Yeah, unfortunately for Tigers, but Bristol have done really well and switched up their game plan a bit there, because I think we were all prepared for them to run it out of the 22. So exciting for the league to watch them actually have a kick and chase, mix it up a bit.
Holly Phillips in the starting lineup today. Well, no Lark Atkin Davis available, but Phillips has scored 4 tries in a single game against Leicester Tigers before, so she'll be ready and raring to go with this opportunity.
Don't change 3.
And our first look at them all looks pretty strong too. Kira Bevan loitering around, but Phillips continuing. It's, goodness me, no competition at the moment, but Tigers get back into position, and that's what, 10 metres made. And now Bevan, that was Murray in at first receiver. Oh, the offload just goes to ground. Emma Orr, the Scotland international, had hit a good line. But Leicester Tigers ball. And Bitter straight into touch, and a nervous start perhaps for Leicester Tigers.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Bristol might have rocked them a bit by kicking from the 22. Definitely not what we were expecting from them. So I think a successful turnover. I think if that offload hadn't gone to ground, I think we might have seen someone go through under the post. So lucky to get away with that turnover, but we'll need to put the boot successfully to build a bit of momentum next time.
Well, that's our first look at the scrum set piece. The ball goes forward from the line out. A reminder of the front rows: Danny Solly, Mika Gunter and Nadine Vincent. Nadine or Dino? What do you go with?
We go with Dino. Maybe
Dino.
a bit of Dino when we're feeling like teasing her a bit. But yes, I didn't know her first name was Nadine, probably my first 2 months of being here.
Well, let's go for Dino then. She's on the tight head side. Simi Pam, she's up against Holly Phillips and Aisha Jar. She did well in the cup run, but a PWR debut on the tight head side, so a big day for her. In from Maxwell. Oh, Bears get the push on, and they've turned it against the head. That was Gallagher. Little pop pass, and then out wide. Oh, looked a little bit high from Solly.
Always dangerous seeing Millie David with her hands on the ball.
Yes.
Penalty advantage, kicking the ball through the breakdown.
Playing with the penalty advantage. Bristol Bears knocked that on, so we will go back for the penalty. And there's a Leicester Tiger who stayed down.
And that's someone you don't want to lose early. T. Gordon, she's our steady head at the back of our scrum, and she leads by example around the field, so hopefully she'll be up soon.
Yeah, she looks in a bit of discomfort.
Yeah, she does.
Well, she's here at Leicester. She's from just down the road in Northampton.
Yeah.
A lot of experience at this level as well. Wasps and Gloucester Hartbury, DMP Sharks.
Yeah.
What do you like about her as a teammate?
What do I like about T? Or she'll like that I'm answering this question. She's just a steady head and a really quality role model to have on the pitch with you. When you're sort of dying on the line or giving your 100%, you know that T's going to be next to you doing the exact same thing.
So with that in mind, you and everybody else associated with Tigers will be hoping
Sweet.
that she's good to go. Well,
Okay,
she's on
water
her
off, please, guys.
feet.
Water off.
And that warm round of applause and the wander back into position tells me that she is going to continue.
Okay,
There she
number 8,
goes.
kicking the ball through the breakdown.
She'll play until she's dragged off the pitch, I'm fairly sure, if I know that about T. It'll be interesting to see Bristol Bears with an attacking opportunity, seeing if they repeat the same maul that they did down here.
Well, they won from 2 from the line out. Renika Bonner has kept her width out on the right-hand side, but they do keep it narrow on the left. To the maul, go Bristol Bears. This looks pretty good for the visitors, and they are over. Ruthless and efficient, and it's taken 4 minutes for the Bristol Bears pack to add the first 5 points. Clinical. Evie Gallagher is the one who's got up there. And Bristol Bears have got the first 5 points. That is very, very tough to defend.
It was. We saw how dangerous their maul was down on this side of the pitch, so it's not surprising they've resorted to using a maul that close to the try line again. And as you said, clinical and efficient.
Evie Gallagher with her first try of the season, Bristol Bears' first try of the season. And there was an air of inevitability about that.
Yeah, they had gained momentum from the start of the match and were building that pressure. And I think for Tigers now looking in defence, they'll be working a way to build their own momentum and hopefully bite back against the Bristol defence.
Let's take another look at this then. Watch Evie Gallagher. She's straight on the ball when it goes to the front. And if it had stayed in for a little longer, maybe it would have found its way back to the hooker, but it moved forward at such a pace. It was Evie Gallagher's ball.
I don't think Evie will be complaining about that.
No.
She's happy to take it over the line.
Not at all.
She's not unfamiliar with it either.
1 meat pie for Evie Gallagher, please. One of the league and one of Bristol Bears World Cup stars, of course. Pretty recognisable branding as well. Millie David there with a decent carry. That's a good shot on the try scorer, Gallagher. I suppose for Tigers now, the target has got to be to keep Bristol Bears here for as long as possible, but they are dangerous no matter where they are on the pitch now. Millie David takes the gas off and then gets ready to put it back on. Millie David is going to go all the way. A world-class finish from Millie David.
That's quintessential Millie David for you. She looked like she was taking her time down the wing, looking where the gaps were going to open up, and once she found it, she put the foot on the gas and went for it.
Well, the gear changes we saw from her here. She just looked like she had all the time in the world. This is high IQ stuff, isn't it? Where's the danger? Where's the danger? Oh, I'm going away from it.
Yeah, seriously, she looked like she was going for a little Sunday stroll for a bit, and so all of a sudden you don't really notice she's through the gap until she's 10 metres in front of you. Tough start for Bristol there. They'll be not Bristol. Bristol probably pretty happy with that.
Yeah, I'd
start.
imagine they'd be relatively happy.
Tough start for Leicester there. Always a way to find your feet in the game, work out how to control a rogue Millie David on the wing.
Kira Bevan on the tee today. Oh, that's grazed the post, but it's good. She adds the extras, and do you know what? A try like that deserves 7 points.
I hate to agree with you, but unfortunately, yes, you're right.
Let's take another look at this. Just as we were thinking about Tigers trying to pin Bristol Bears in the 22, absolutely no chance.
Yeah, and I think Bristol have done really well to ID the fact that Tigers have loaded their backs onto the left-hand side, so high-quality play by Bristol. to go back to the blind to where all our forwards were.
That was a great catch by Phoebe Murray. Couldn't let it go over the head, but already keeps Bristol Bears, 10 metres more up the pitch. Evie Gallagher. How well do you know Millie David?
Millie David, I unfortunately don't know her other than watching her all last season. I don't want to admit it.
She's good, she's quick, and she might be away again. Oh, the inside ball is just behind, but the pickup is good, and Bristol Bears are tiptoeing around the 22 again. They are in a ruthless mood here at Welford Road, and Simi Pam seeks contact, finds the offload. Gallagher, just in behind again. But everything working well for Bristol Bears, even the balls that don't go to hand. Natalia John. Welsh international lock. Another good carry. Oh, the offload, fantastic. And that sends Burns into space. Glorious handling from Bristol Bears. Mascuse, one more. Bump by Herring, out to the edge. And David knocks it on into touch.
I think Tigers have got quite lucky there. I think Bristol are doing an excellent job at spreading the ball and stretching our defence.
Let's take a look at the break again. The left-hand side, and Millie David, this is where it all began. I mean, we talk about her changes of pace, but when she hits the burners, it looks very, very tough to compete with.
Yeah, it's interesting watching the difference in that run versus the run where she scored from. That one, she decided, no, I'm going to go fast straight away.
That's a great offload by Holly Phillips as well.
And cracking pick up by Burns as well.
Well, the reason I ask is because I believe Millie David's got an Australian father, so maybe you can give her a nudge and see if she fancies a trip down under.
Sure, it's nice and sunny. She's in the sunny wing this game, so I can tell her I can offer that full year round if she'd like.
Approaching the first 10 minutes. Tough exit coming up for Tigers, and scrum going forward.
We come straight out the tunnel there, guys.
Oh, Simi Pam begging the referee to give her something.
She's ready to scrum all day if she can.
So just explain her that. Watch the ball here. Leicester Tigers missed the hook, so the hooker, the one in the middle of the front row, needs to get a foot around that and propel it out the back of the scrum. But because it comes out the same way as it goes in, it means that we reset. And there are some players on the pitch who long for that, and there are other players on the pitch who dread it.
And there are some backs on the pitch that have no idea what's going on. No, I'm kidding to all my backs, of course.
Oh, the penalty awarded.
And Simi Pam not happy about that again.
Well, it wasn't on Simi's side, it was on Aisha Jar's side. And a little shake of the head there from Simi Pam. Just watch Bristol Bears here. And so the tight head prop, the number 3 on the right-hand side of the scrum. Body part has touched down. So if it's a knee or an elbow touches the ground, then that's an easy decision for the officials to make.
Guys, let's get numbers to them early, please.
So Mika Gunter. Line-out ball here for Leicester Tigers. South African. She's a real pint-sized dynamo, isn't she?
She really is. She's tiny, but she packs a punch. You wouldn't know it when you're tackling against her at training.
Yeah, talking to all the coaches and people around the club, they were saying that she's one of the ones who really drives the standards. Like, she doesn't have an off switch in training.
No, she doesn't. I actually live with her. She doesn't have an off switch at home either. No, but we've been very lucky to get her and a couple of the other girls fresh off their World Cup campaigns, and they really have injected that professionalism and that go for it at training.
I really want to know some home stories now. Who does the washing up?
I've got to tell you, there are, I'm trying to do my maths right, 11 girls, 11 of the Tigers girls live together in a house. So
what, one house?
One house.
Is it a mansion?
Yeah, we call it the United Nations. Because it's pretty much all our international girls living together.
So is that the Americans as well?
Yeah, I think we've got Americans, South Africans, Australians, a French woman, a Welsh woman. I'm trying to think if there are any other nationalities I'm forgetting. We actually sat down last night and tried to name all the 50 American states off the top of our heads.
How
Proud
many
to say we did it. We got
really?
all 50.
Oh, fair dues.
with no help from the Americans.
No, come on.
No, they refused to give us any tips.
Fair enough.
It's all right. I think the Irish education and the Australian education system pulled through, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I went through the Welsh education system. I'm not sure if I'd get all 50. So Dino back on her feet.
Yeah. Okay, time back on.
And time to scrum again. See this Bristol Bears backline just ready and rearing to go. They're in a bit of a diamond formation, aren't they? They could just split off at any point, any angle. This is going to be a tough defensive set for Leicester Tigers coming up. And Kira Bevan gets it going. Oh, pass doesn't go to hand. And the ball's gone forward. So execution, just letting Bristol down that time.
They looked dangerous in that formation, and you had Millie David hiding behind. You didn't know quite where she was going to pop out, and on her counterpart on the other side of the field looked just as dangerous, waiting for the ball.
Well, both Millie David and Renika Bonner, both England under-20s honours, and both did incredibly well in that Red Roses jersey. And I think when you have that success at that level as well, all of a sudden becoming a full Red Rose is genuinely aspirational. And I think both of them will feel as though that is in their future at some point.
I think if you're a good winger, you get used to scoring tries and then you don't stop.
Yes,
they've both done that very
it?
well, haven't they?
That is it. So Leicester Tigers on the ball. They've not had a huge amount of opportunity to express themselves in attack.
We knew G. Lingham was going to be a strong carrier for Leicester today, and she's proved that already. I think she had about 4 people hanging off her just then.
Well, she's in at 12 today. And that was Kristen Bitter, one of the aforementioned Americans. Oh, ball's been turned over. Jenny Herring. Well, she had that ball ripped, though, and it's back in Tigers' hands.
Yeah, it's a bit tit for tat.
No clear release.
And then Gallagher, the try scorer, aiming
release.
for the jackal, but just clamping on.
Just on the side, yeah?
I mean, the first turnover was absolutely sensational. And yeah, just watch Gallagher here, number 8. Yes, she's just got over the ball, hasn't she? And referees are really hot on that. They genuinely want to see you like flap your wings like an eagle before you go down and clamp on that ball.
Yeah, when we do our jackal drills at training, you want to try do a little clap or a bit of a dance before you go back in. Get used to it.
Are you a fan of the jackal? I know some wingers love it.
Yeah, it is very satisfying. If your 15's done a good cover tackle for you, you can come in and get a bit more of the glory by doing a little jackal. But I'm not an official member of Jackal Club.
Oh,
yet.
you're not?
I'm trying to get my license.
Just got to keep applying every week. Just keep applying. Here come Leicester Tigers into the shade on the left-hand side. It's a good ball out to the left, and Zoe Evans is quick. Zoe Evans, dragged down by Bonner, and the offload comes off Lingham. But signs of life for the home team.
Yeah, really exciting watching the girls spread the ball a bit more. Giving it to Zoe Evans down the wing. She'd actually probably, we talk about Renika and Millie David being very quick wingers, but Zoe Evans, I'd imagine, will give them for a run for the money. So hopefully we can see her unleashed a bit more today.
She's been doing a bit of the old TV presenting, hasn't she?
She has. She was one of the first people I told I was commentating today.
Oh, really?
Got all the hot tips from her.
What did she tell you?
Not to swear. That was a
Okay.
helpful one. I'm Australian, so that's kind of part of our dialect, but that's okay.
The words are different, aren't they?
Yeah. Doesn't count as swearing if you've got an Australian accent.
Again, look at the way Bristol Bears are lined up here. You've got Millie David out there on the left. She's flat at the moment, but that just means she can rev the engine, but she's not going to get the chance to. It is free kick time, and Hollywood not happy with the Bristol Bears scrum at all. Morgan Richardson, vice-captain of this team, takes it in. Another penalty, and this is the best field position of the match so far for Leicester Tigers. Into the 22 they go, options both ways, and they decide to go to the right. Bitter into contact, but wins that collision. And now Maxwell, short ball, carry from Vincent, but it's been ripped. Now Gallagher takes one tackler with her and spins to the ground. Another strong carry, Aisha Jar. The thing about this Bristol team is, doesn't matter where they are on the pitch, they always look relaxed. They're not scared to just carry it. Oh, that ball's gone backwards, says the referee.
Guys, let's just stop here, please.
But Ali Coleman sounds like she's taken a bad one there.
Yeah, she doesn't sound too good. Yeah, I'll take it back. I think that was Leicester Tigers' first entry into the 22 of the game. So it's a shame that turnover's happened so quickly, because we have been working on that 22 attack, and I was ready to do a bit of cheering for Leicester Tigers there, but that turnover too clinical by Bristol.
Oh, I think that's one right in the kidneys, isn't it? So Ali Coleman. Oh, when we were talking about the international flavour here at Leicester Tigers, did we mention Dublin?
We did not mention Dublin, but Ali Coleman was one of the girls helping me get the 50 US states yesterday.
Okay. Well, she looks in some considerable discomfort there, and that's going to bring the game to a halt. Just shy of 17 minutes on the clock. If you're just joining us, welcome. Great to have your company wherever you're watching around the world. A global game now here in Premiership Women's Rugby.
Yes, I am wondering how many American supporters we have tuned in after following Alona here last season. How many have stayed to watch Bristol play again this year?
Well, loads, I hope. And, of course, to follow the American Leicester Tigers as well.
Well, I was about to say, for any Americans that are watching, we do have 3 Americans playing in our Leicester squad at the moment. So if you're missing your American flavour with Alona, you're more than welcome to become Leicester Tigers supporters this season.
Yes,
get your American flavour.
The more the merrier. Also, you've just done a great shout out there for the Leicester Tigers Tourist Board. Well done. You can come again. All right, I've got a quiz question for you then. So the 3 Americans you're talking about are Kristen Bitter, Emily Henrik, and Tess Fury, right?
Oh my goodness, that's my bad. We've got 4 Americans, because we also have Emerson Allen, who's not currently playing.
I meant in the team today.
Yeah, in the team today, but I forget we do have 4 in our squad.
So they've all represented the USA national team, but do you know what colleges they went to?
I do.
Go on. So let's start with
not
Kristen.
all of them. KB went to Dartmouth, and she studied environmental sciences with specialise in marine conservation or something interesting and clever.
You guys really have done some team bonding,
Yeah,
haven't you?
we really have.
Okay, what about Emily? Where did she go?
M. Henrik, I actually don't know, which is really bad, but in my defence, she's not in my house, so I haven't had the discussion with her over the dinner table yet.
Do you want a clue?
I would love a clue.
It's the same as KB.
Well, that's a head scratcher. So I think if we cut that last bit out, I think M. Henrik might have gone to Dartmouth.
Yes, she did go to Dartmouth. And what about Tess Fury? Where did she go?
Tess Fury, I believe, was Penn State. But
it was Penn State,
yeah. And I'm not sure her actual degree, but she's now a qualified nurse.
Is she?
She's great, but we have a nurse in the house. We have 2 nurses in the house, actually. She's very useful.
Well, there are quite a lot of medics, aren't there? There's a nurse, there's a specialist secretary in the NHS. There are a couple of doctors in the Bristol Bears team. Dr. Simi Pam. Now, back to the rugby, and Ali Coleman is back on her feet, but she is walking with quite some discomfort, and I think that is going to be her race run today.
Yeah, and she'll be very disappointed with that. She's such a cracking teammate to have out there. We talk about girls that are giving their heart for the team and creating momentum. She's one of them.
Well, she's going to be replaced by Olivia Talent.
Another Irish woman.
She's spent a bit of time in Australia herself, hasn't she?
She has. She's on the other end of Australia to me. She's over in Perth.
Okay. Well, she is straight into it with the mauling. Olivia Talent in the defensive team as the sun disappears behind the clouds, and it is a little bit chilly here. Now Bonner at the short side. Renika Bonner, one defender to beat, and she makes it look easy. The chase coming in from Zoe Evans, but she will not stop Renika Bonner. What a try from the Bristol Bear.
Yeah, and she's no stranger to that wing and running down it, so I think Bristol have done really well there to utilise their maul again, which they've had success with all day, and then have a little run to the short side, which understandable. If you've got Reniqua Bonner 5 metres from the edge, may as well put her through.
Thumbs up from Reniqua Bonner. And her and Millie David are having a individual try of the week competition. I mean, that fend. And then that little change of direction. That was a big old box of tricks that Reniqua Bonner pulled out there.
That little in and away, it's a winger specialty, and it's not until you're out there facing it that you realise how hard it is to defend, and she's perfected it. Zoe Evans, she's not a hard woman to get past. She's not the biggest girl on field, but she's a hearty tackler, so Reniqua's done well then to get past her.
Well, it was a tenacious chase from Zoe Evans, wasn't it? She certainly didn't give up, but she will neither be the first nor the last. It's a great kick as well.
She's keeping them close to the post today, but they're going through.
You don't get any extra points for getting them down the middle, do you?
Through is through.
Well, there she is for Reniqua Bonner. And quite interesting, you mentioned about knowing how to stay warm. She's been in the shade the entire half, and she's spending a lot of time stretching out, stretching her groin, stretching her quads and calves. She's doing everything she can to make sure that when she's called upon, she is ready.
Yeah, and it definitely didn't look like she slowed down because of the cold.
No, not at all. So Bitter gets us underway. Deep kick-off into the 22. Bristol Bears going at roughly a point a minute.
It's the second carry Millie David's had off kickoff. She's doing a good winger job, saying, I'll take the tough carries now, give the forwards a little break.
What do you think of that?
I think as a winger, you're looking for every opportunity you can to carry, and if you're a good winger like Millie, you'll be looking to come into the middle field as much as you can to have a little run around.
Well, that's it. You've got to be ready for everything, haven't you? And it's something that Bristol Bears do really well, whether it's the women or the men. Someone like Millie David, or in the men's team, someone like Gab Zivatoyi. They're just, well, they're all hybrid footballers these days, aren't they?
Nice watching Tess Fury have a little run there. She had 2 defenders beating and top try scorer last season, so exciting to see her with her hand on the ball a bit more.
Yeah, she's one of the many players who's come over with a background in 7s and 15s as well over in the States before coming here. And one of the many things that 7s does is really gives you a skill set. That is a smart kick. Now, how will it bounce?
Oh, the bounce is
into
beautiful!
the hands of Lingham, but the cover tackle superb. Emma Orr with the try saver.
Oh, that's
and
a
it's
shame.
knocked on.
But lovely tactical kick by Em Henrik, lovely pick up by Georgie Lingham, and good to see a little bit of fight still in Leicester.
Well, sometimes you just need a break, don't you? Let's look at this. It was so close to perfection. Thought she might turn and be in here.
Okay, front row. Okay, hold your weight. Do not step back. Okay.
Hold up that offload a little bit more, and it'd be Zoe Evans under the post, I fear.
Yeah. Okay, just keep scrummaging.
Massive
Okay,
credit
let's manage that, but don't stand up.
to Orr for this cover tackle as well, because look at that instinct there, just a turn, but
Guys, it's a bit more serious.
can't go anywhere without your ankles, can you?
Can't go anywhere without your ankles, and Georgie Lingham, she's a solid carrier, so not to give any hot tips to anyone watching for future games, but I'd be tackling Lingers around the legs all day.
Yeah.
She's so dominant in top contact, it's the only way to get her down.
Well, another injury. And of course, it is that part of the season, isn't it, where particularly for Bristol Bears, yes, they've had the cup campaign, but some of the players not had a huge amount of minutes, and this league, this level, this physicality, it can come at you pretty fast.
It can come at you pretty fast, and unfortunately training just can never quite emulate the physicality of games. I think when you're out there and you're wearing your emblem, you are going to put your body on the line, and that always takes into account you hitting people a lot harder than you used to at training.
They've already made the change here, Bristol Bears, because Natalie Evans has come on. Selected for the England under-20s in March, and the same time as Millie David, etc. Just another off the production line at Bristol Bears, and goodness me, that the stretch is coming on here as well.
Yeah, that's never something you want to see, especially with your own teammates when you're huddled up. Bristol will be trying to focus on their game. rather than looking at the teammate down, because you never want to see a stretcher board onto the field for your teammates.
No, and I think Amber Reid jogging over there just to break the news to the team. Speaking of legends, I mean, how cool to have a World Cup winner, someone with so much experience, not just for the national team, but for Bristol Bears as well, going straight into a coaching role. She's got her eye on the next generation and the players coming through at Bristol University. Aisha Jah being one of those players. She looks to have slotted into that role brilliantly, as we knew she would. They actually had a game on Wednesday. They're looking to get up to Bucks Super Rugby, the elite level, and teams like Loughborough and the university there, and Gloucester Hartpury, of course, and Exeter University and the Chiefs. They've had great links, and it's meant that players are getting worthwhile minutes on a Wednesday, but also they're ready to go when it comes to the Saturday then as well. So Bristol Bears trying to get there too.
Yeah, I think when you're that age as well, all you want to be doing is playing rugby and playing as much as you can. So I can imagine, I'm not sure how my body would go with it now at the ripe old age of 26, but I can imagine as an 18-year-old I'd be saying, yep, I'll play a game every night if I'm allowed.
Yes, yeah, I'll go Wednesday, Saturday. Of course, you know, they keep an eye on the minutes, and they manage all of the players, but it just means that not only are you getting valuable minutes at a high level, the rivalries are really building from a young age. So in the final last year, it was Loughborough against Cardiff Met, but before that, Hartpury won a couple in a row. Mo Hunt was the coach one year, and so many of those players now are part of the GH team. Others have gone to other PWR teams and even on to international honours too. So it's so important that it's not just this level, the PWR, which is, of course, the best league in the world now, but there has to be other opportunities. Let's take a look at some tries then. Bristol Bears have got 3 crackers already. Millie David, I mean, you highlighted her as being one of the danger players, but on a day like today, on a pitch like this, you give her an opportunity and she's going to take it.
Yeah, unfortunately for Leicester, luckily for Bristol, you give Millie a glimpse of the ball, and, you know, what do you say? She eats tries for breakfast. So, yeah, she's woken up hungry.
And of course, she is going to be a serious gas merchant all season, but it was the gears she went through that were really impressive. But if you've got one winger who can do that, it's a problem. If you've got 2, then it's a serious problem, and Bristol Bears have got 2.
Yeah, and like you said before, I think Bonner and David are going to be fighting their own personal fight, maybe this season, potentially this season, and goodness gracious, sorry, I can't speak. This game and potentially this season, they'll be fighting for tries between them both. So great fun to watch if you're a Bristol supporter.
Yes. Well, making her way off of her own accord, shooing away the stretcher, but that is a fairly serious piece of scaffolding on the leg and the crutches already. And we just hope that it's all precautionary, because, well, nobody likes to be in rehab club, and we just want to see players enjoying their rugby and doing it healthily. So everything crossed.
So hoping the girls haven't cooled down too much after that quite long spell off.
I know we've talked about it quite a lot, but I am surprised that they all stayed in the shade.
I know, I was watching that because...
Clean break here for Bristol Bears, surging through as well. The pass is good, it sticks, but a great tackle, but the offload game on the money.
Backwards off green.
The referee saying backwards. Looked like it might have gone forwards off Jenny Herring, but Hollywood a lot closer to the action than we are. Bitter. Fury loves a jaunt from here, and this is why. Tess Fury galloping into space. She drops it on the toe and then locks feet and falls, and Bonner's there to tidy up. Now Renika Bonner, she's got space to run into, and one defender to beat. That defender was Bitter, and Renika Bonner has got in behind, and she is going to turn nothing into something, and 5 more points for Bristol Bears. What a lung-busting period of rugby in this game. It looked like it was going to open up for Fury. She tangles legs and then turns around, and Bonner's dotted down.
That was a roller coaster of emotions. either way, regardless of who you're supporting, great rugby to watch.
Incredible. well, let's take a look at this and the incident that led to Tess Fury's attacking demise. First of all, a glimpse of what she's all about. This was brilliant.
Yeah, fantastic. Great to watch her in full flight. And I was going to suggest potentially she'd been taken out off the ball, but it does look, unfortunately, like they've just tripped over one another. Just opened up the game for Bonner.
So good, so good. She skipped through defenders. She's beaten defenders for pace and power. And then that's a sprinter's finish, isn't it? You know, where they ease off in the rounds.
I said, I've had enough of this. I'm gonna slow down. I don't need to run this full pace over. It's a bit of a robot arm.
Oh, it's over! What a nudge from Ciara Bevan. Looked for a second like it didn't have the gas, but as we've said before, tries like that deserve 7 points. First Bonner, then Bevan deliver.
Bonner's had a little look at the sun on David's wing and gone, actually, I'm going to go steal that for a little bit. I've been in the shade too long.
Yeah, just this little skip here, but it's this step and that extra bit of power to get through the tackle and then puts the brakes on. When she dots this down, I think the lungs might be red raw after that one.
She's done a 7s dot down, which definitely means she's feeling a bit tired.
But what a score, and a bonus point after 24 minutes for Bristol Bears. And they'll be thoroughly enjoying this welcome back. It's Mika Gunter throwing herself in the spokes there at Jenny Herring. Oh, another line, this time Simi Pam. So powerful. Well, Bristol Bears just thriving now. And when you get this kind of confidence, when you score these tries, all of a sudden everyone is putting their hands up to carry. Forwards winning the gain line. Wide backs holding the width, and Leicester Tigers on red alert with... Ooh, the offload there. David couldn't quite make it stick. But every time she's tiptoeing up that line, you think, oh, she's got no space here. But she always finds it, but now Lovie Bond does. And it's all a little bit easy, and it is another 1-2 punch from Bristol Bears, just like it was when they opened the scoring. Things happening, and things happening very quickly.
Yeah, you can really feel that Bristol has found their momentum. We saw Simi Pam's break through the field then. Everyone's looking, they've watched David and Bonner and gone, actually, we think we'll have a run too.
Another try scorer. Gets her first of the season. Let's take another look at this. It looks as though the opportunity's gone, but then that's a nice ball across the face by Bevan, isn't it?
I think that what Bristol's doing really well is they're not afraid to play in that short side, and like you said before, it looks like they've got no space, but they're doing really well to create it, and I think that's always really hard to defend, especially if you're on the other side of the field, because you're watching your teammates make multiple tackles in a row, and Bristol are just taking advantage of it.
Four out of 5 for Ciara Bevan. She is getting her place kicking drills in today. 33-0 now. So we take another look at this. Millie David.
Again, she's just setting the platform for the rest of the team, isn't she?
Yeah, this ball here drilled across. Thought it might have been going to David, but she held her line well.
That's a lovely ball by Bevan.
Well, she's a classy operator and has been for quite some time. One of the first names on the team sheet for Wales. Probably one of the first names on the team sheet for Bristol Bears as well.
I'd be lying if I said she wasn't my starting 9 in fantasy the entire the entire Six Nations campaign.
Interesting.
She's got the she's got the boot as well, so she gets extra points.
Yeah,
not many other 9s in the comp tend to kick off the tee.
So it's a tactical selection as
Always
well.
tactical.
Always tactical. Let's take another look at this.
Guys,
What
onto the
penalty
edge.
was given for? Yeah, it's just
Onto the edge.
not rolling away. It's a tough one for Gunter there, isn't it? Because she wants to roll away. She maybe stays in there for a little bit too long, but Ciara Bevan's not going to move her feet and let her.
No, it's not. And Bristol have done very well there. Unfortunately, there's nothing more humbling when you're at the bottom of the ruck trying to roll away and the other team is holding you in there.
Obstruction.
So obstruction there. So Bristol Bears, they brought the line out down. The person with the ball in their hands has not quite been attached to the maul. So as that's moved forward, it's not given Leicester Tigers the opportunity to compete. Therefore, it's a free kick awarded.
And we hope Leicester can get a bit of momentum here.
Yeah, let's just watch this now. So the ball is brought down. There's a little bit of confusion there. And the referee not happy, to say the least. Yeah, even though a well-formed maul, it's impossible to compete. There at least has to be the illusion of competition. Otherwise, you'll find yourself on the wrong side of the whistle. Gunter needs to hit a good dart here. Goes to the back and
It's a lovely ball.
picks out Heath. It was perfect. We've got a great view of it too. Straight down the barrel. Lingham making things happen again. She is a real force to be reckoned with in the midfield. Look to touch forward.
That's a shame there, because hopefully we were hoping to get a little glimpse into Leicester's attack today. We've watched a lot of Bristol attacks, so I was excited to watch a bit of Leicester running around, but couldn't quite land it. But exciting to see Georgie Lingham, and we called it before the game.
Yeah.
She loves that carry up the field, and she's very good at it. So hopefully we get a couple more chances to watch her do that today.
So she works as part of the ground staff here, doesn't she?
And she sure does, and we get to know every time we go onto the pitch at training. We say, "Thanks, Georgie. It looks lovely."
To be fair, it does. My understanding is she actually did a bit of a shift this morning. So this lovely pitch that they're playing on today, Georgie Lingham has had her say in.
Yeah, so she knows her way around the pitch very well. I wonder, I'd got to ask her whether it gives her a bit of an advantage where if she's playing. She knows where the tough spots are.
Yeah, exactly. Crossfield kick. There's a penalty advantage coming here, but
Okay, nothing coming, guys.
thought Hollywood was going to let Zoe Evans have a go then.
So did I. I said, I don't know where the penalty advantage has gone, but I'll watch this play out. It was nicely collected by Zoe as well.
Okay. Number 3, not straight under pressure.
Yeah, because Cheryl, who works on the ground staff at the club as well, she worked on the Allianz Stadium Twickenham turf for the World Cup final, which is very cool.
I was actually at Twickenham yesterday.
Okay, did you have a good day?
We don't need to talk about the game itself.
Guys on the edge.
But it was great. It was my first time at Twickenham,
Oh,
so
fantastic.
amazing to hear the atmosphere. And I went with Alana Bainbridge, our reserve hooker, and I turned to her and said, I can't imagine what that World Cup final felt like for those Red Roses.
Phenomenal.
It's insane atmosphere.
Gallagher, who opened the scoring. Feels like a long time ago now, but carrying with a typical abrasion. Kira Bevan. She finds Orr. No longer got Murray for company in the centres now. Wish her all the best with whatever that leg injury was. Look at Lingham trying to get on that ball, trying to turn it over. Now needs to roll away. Bevan, little sniper. Bonner. Oh, she'd step you in a phone box. Bonner, she somehow gets away. 2 tries already. She'll be thinking about the hat-trick. Simi Pam straight into Lingham. That is 2 strong players colliding. Phillips. Again, once they're in the 22, it does look ominous. Aisha Jar on a PWR debut.
Penalty advantage.
Penalty advantage. Bevan wants the penalty, and off she goes.
If you're going to arcerate quickly, you've got to be on the mark.
It's a cheeky halfback right there. It's what you expect from your nines. It's what you want from your nines.
But also, on the mark, she's 50 centimetres away. Let him play.
Not rolling.
Anyway.
It's always tough when you do that. You go quickly, but
Like,
that's a tough call by Holly there.
if she's any closer, she's treading on her toes. She'd certainly complain then, Hollywood. But no, I understand.
Good there.
Because you want to go quickly, because there's no way Leicester Tigers can retreat. And if they can't retreat, then the referee has got a duty to make sure it's legitimate. So yes, Kira Bevan's always going to try. And yes, Hollywood is always going to stop her. Now Holly Phillips.
About to say, Holly Phillips will be calling for them all.
Yes, great ball and a great start. The last maul try went to Evie Gallagher.
It doesn't matter. Play on.
And this moving forward, Still not back in the hands of Phillips if it does go over the line.
Number 7.
Richardson's offside, penalty advantage. Will Bristol Bears need it? It's in Phillips' hands now. Still with Phillips, she needs to stay on her feet.
Advantage, 8 collapse.
Well, 2 penalties. Are they going to need any of them? Bonner finds the offload. Skuse keeps it moving. Hesketh, who's come off the bench, is wrestled down, and Leicester Tigers can fan out and try and defend what's coming. Lovibond.
Still under advantage.
Still a penalty advantage, and with 2 coming in quick succession, I wonder if there might be further action taken here by Hollywood. No Watkins in the defensive line. Gallagher puts a bit of footwork on.
If Bristol
Big
just
carry.
wanted to go into the sun.
Coming up, yeah, Natalia John. Another advantage. Delaney Burns, captain today, trucks it forward. Kira Bevan throws the dummy, pumps the pass, and Skuse. It's a massive defensive effort from Tigers, knowing
Okay, we're on slow ball now, guys.
that a penalty's coming.
Georgie Lingham's getting up her tackle stats today. I think she made 3 on the line just then.
Got an option too, actually. So 7 changing by here or 8 collapse there.
Skuse
Guys, this
into
is
the
in
corner.
here now.
She's got over half a decade with Bristol Bears now as well.
He tapped that out comfortably. I'm not sure whether the choice in penalties was there was much between either of them.
Well, that's what the second penalty advantage was given for Tiana Gordon there, just finding herself on the wrong side, interfering. Again, the temptation not to. Too much.
Ball.
Another great line out. It's in Gallagher's hands again. Now it's back with Phillips. The try line in sight. They're over again. Bristol Bears rampant. And Holly Phillips gets in on the act.
Yeah. That's what the penalty
She'll be
is
thanking
for,
Evie
the
for
second
passing
minute.
that one back to
Yes.
her this time. And that did feel inevitable. Bristol definitely building momentum in that 22.
38 points to 0. Great line-out drill, isn't it? It's all good having these opportunities, and it's all good being on the front foot, but you still need to execute it. And Bristol Bears, to their credit, have been incredibly clinical.
Yeah, they're not a team that's afraid to put points on the board, and they've obviously decided, having the bye first week, they needed to come out and get their tries this week. So, unfortunately for Leicester Tigers, that's exactly what Bristol have done. And like you say, they're clinical with it, and doesn't matter how long you're in the 22 for, it only counts whether you can put points on the board. They've done that today.
Well, they're yet to have a visit to the 22 where they haven't scored. Bevan. Oh, she's drawn that in as well.
She's on fire today.
6 tries, 5 conversions, 40 points in the first half.
Bristol will be very happy with that stat. 100% success rate in the 22.
Well, this is the line-out drill. Again, Gallagher got her hands on it first, and just when it starts to slow, that's when she slides it back to Phillips.
It was a very slick handoff.
4 minutes to go until half-time. Is there something here for Leicester Tigers to take into the sheds?
I think if I was Leicester, I'd be looking to get our hands on the ball a bit more. We know Bristol's going to be a really strong attacking team, so I think I'd be deciding, actually, you know what? I don't want you to have the ball anymore. Yeah. I think we'll take a turn and attack. That's what I'd be looking to do anyway.
Jordan Russell has come on for Leicester Tigers. That's a little kick into space again.
It's a lovely
They've got
kick.
the gas after it. Oh, it's a brilliant kick. That is absolutely perfect. Nothing that Tess Fury could do other than gather it and go over the paint.
Yeah, unfortunately, when you're in that position, Tess was just in. You're either letting them pick it up yourself, or you're deciding, okay, I'm going to end this play, but unfortunately take it out myself in the process. But you'd much rather take it out than give Bonner a chance to get her hands on it.
Well, how often do we see players try and usher the ball out and then just get their lunch money taken at the last minute?
It's a highlights reel waiting to happen. You don't want to be on the wrong end of it.
Did you see Rodrigo Iskros for Harlequins men?
Guys, Guys, got 2 knock-ons
It was
there.
against
Okay.
Newcastle Red Bulls, and
Sorry, off one.
the scrum half tried to usher it out. He's got the foot in, he's kicked it down the line, gathered it and scored it. It was unbelievable, and yeah, it could have been completely nullified if he just picked it up, took it out.
It's always the tough when you're watching a teammate usher
Yes.
it over the line, and it's the hands in the head going, come on. But unfortunately, until you're out there in that position, it's one thing to know what to do, another thing to be out there and actually do it.
A couple of minutes left in the first half. Leicester Tigers have got the put in here. I actually think, upon seeing the slow-mo, it might have been a Tigers knock-on.
Bind!
I saw nothing.
Set.
Respect the referee's decision.
Ball's out.
Well, that one squirts out,
Untidy one there.
but it's in Tigers' hands through Henrik.
Good to watch Henrik have a run with the ball. I feel like we haven't seen her in attacking opportunities as much today, other than her cracking put through
Yes,
for
lovely
Lingers.
nudge.
Okay, to step.
It's Tiana Gordon. No sign of that knock that kept her down early on.
Okay,
Henrik
not now.
getting another carry just before half-time. Hands on the ball there
Not
from
caught in your body weight.
Bristol Bears.
Off feet.
See, another person we've seen come onto the field to cover Alicia Watkins coming off is Jordan Russell. She's a big ball of energy, cracking person to have on your team. She won't stop till she's dragged off the field either.
Well, she'll be dragged off the field shortly because it'll be half-time.
Guys,
For those of you
take
joining us
off.
for the first time, our clock is pretty accurate, but we are not locked in with the referee's watch, so it is not official. So if you're watching us throughout the season on the
Okay, guys,
YouTube
that's
coverage,
super,
and it's a
yeah.
close
Okay,
game,
good there.
and it gets to 39:40 or 79 or 80 minutes, then there might be a little bit of meat left on the bone of whatever game it is. That's a nice line-up ball off the top from Heath, and maybe one last go before half-time for this Leicester Tigers team. That is the offload they were after, and Russell gets another one away. This is what Leicester Tigers are all about. And Bristol Bears offside, and away goes Jenny Maxwell. Wants an option and finds one, helped on by Solly. Oh, Burns over the ball. What a turnover from Delaney Burns.
Okay, let's come.
And that is how you snuff out the danger.
That's clutch from Burns, and disappointing for Tigers, who are starting to show us a bit of momentum and what they're capable of. It's that Lingham-Russell link-up that we've seen a couple of times through Prem Cup and again last week. They love having a good hard run at the line and then looking for the cheeky offload.
Well, a little bit for Leicester Tigers to get excited about, but it has been 40 minutes of rugby that have largely belonged to Bristol Bears. It began with an Evie Gallagher try from the maul. It ended with a Holly Phillips try from the maul. What we've seen is an all-star cast of backline tries, expertly converted by Ciara Bevan. And at half-time at Mattioli Woods, Welford Road, it is Leicester Tigers 0, Bristol Bears 40. So Leicester jogging into the sheds, Bristol having a little huddle there before they decide to go into the warmth of half-time. Jemima, your thoughts on what we've seen out there. First, before we look at it from a Leicester Tigers perspective, what about an objective perspective? What do you like about what you've seen in this first half?
I think Bristol is sticking to the brand of rugby that they're known for and that they're very good at. So it's exciting watching them play rugby. As we say, I'm taking off my Leicester Tigers cap because I do enjoy watching Bristol play. They just want ball in hand and to put as many points on the board as possible. So it's really good rugby to watch. They're spreading the ball well. They're using their attacking threats, and they're starting to spread the love around a bit. With the forwards are starting to take a couple of tries for themselves, which is good for the forward pack, but yeah, they're unleashing their weapons, which is fun for us to watch.
They certainly are. Well, after the break, we'll talk about Leicester Tigers, and we'll talk you guys through some of the highlights as well as ways that you can get involved. We'll be back in a few minutes' time. The scoreline here at half-time, Leicester Tigers 0, Bristol Bears 40.
I'm better in my new era.
Competing for Leicester and the PWR is everything I've worked towards. Proud to represent the people of Leicester. We are Leicester Tigers. Leicester's different. It comes with years worth of heritage and I can't wait to represent them.
I'm proud to represent my family, my hometown, and just working together with the team to get the wins.
I'm looking forward to proving people wrong and showing that the underdogs can come out on top.
Power, passion, pride. Come on, Tigers.
Speaking to some of the girls, I was like, is it possible to get goosebumps on your face?
Almost that feeling of like, we've made a change here and this is it, this is the change.
We were just flying for sort of a couple of days.
Just the immense feeling of joy that we'd done it, we'd won this World Cup, we'd done it together.
Definitely a moment that, yeah, I'll be thinking about for a long time.
I remember the last 2 minutes because I was like, we've got this, we've won, and I just thought, my whole body just shut down. I had Ellie Kildun shouting at me, and I was like, we've won this, like, this is crazy.
Bristol Bears are winning the Prem. Come on, Bears! Bristol as a city absolutely loves rugby. They're passionate.
I love the uniqueness, I love the ambition, and I love the drive to succeed.
There's loads of skill on show. We take risks.
It's all about power, passion, being celebrated for who you are and inspiring other people to do the same.
Players to look out for: Sarah Byrne, Millie David, and Renika Bonner.
We want to grow the women's game. We're excited about it. We've got amazing people in place to help us to do so. So if you want to be entertained, get down to Ashton Gate.
New era.
A little look at the joy that people experience during the World Cup this summer. And it's largely joyous for Bristol Bears here. They have got 40 points. They've already got their try bonus. Unless we have one of the great comebacks of all time, that's 5 points on the board for Bristol Bears. Let's take a look at some of the best bits of the first half then. It began from close range. So Bristol Bears, it was Evie Gallagher who maybe pinched one off Holly Phillips, but the hookers get enough throughout the season from the mauls, don't they? And that was a real statement of intent from Bristol Bears early on.
Yeah, exactly. I think by the look of Bristol's maul, I think Holly Phillips will get more than her fair share of tries this season.
She absolutely will. What about this one then from Millie David? Fast and slow and fast and very fast, and a brilliant try to open her account.
Yeah, Millie David starting the PWR season like she ended last season. I think she's giving us a masterclass in wingers, how they use pace and how they create space by their speed. So it's enjoyable to watch.
Well, just as Leicester Tigers start to watch the left, Renika Bonner pops up on the right and does this.
Yeah, Bristol are very lucky in that fact. As soon as we learn how to defend one winger, the other winger goes, okay, no worries, I'll get involved now too. So tough for us, but enjoyable for Bristol.
And enjoyable for all of the neutrals watching too. This was the moment where we thought it might happen for Leicester Tigers. Tess Fury, immense potential, but somebody sniped her, and then Renika Bonner was like, well, you've had a go, now it's my turn.
Yeah, exactly. Like we said, she wanted to go have a bit of a play in the sunshine, and I think that's just champagne rugby to watch on both sides. You're getting a bit of attacking flair on both sides, but unfortunately it was Bristol that came away with the points.
Yeah, she's ran into
Well, Ella Lovibond, she didn't want to be left out, did she? Because if 11 and 14 are getting tries, you can guarantee she wants to be involved as well. But Millie David at the heart of this one too.
Yeah, she's done well again. The qualities of a good winger. She's not just scoring tries herself, she's setting a platform for the rest of the team.
And Kira Bevan, your fantasy scrum half, in on the assist.
With a clinical pass to Lovibond as well.
Yeah, really nice. She's kicked beautifully as well, Kira Bevan. She missed the first one, but she's been 5 from 5 since then. And this was the last try of the half. Again, they're doing it on the left-hand side, they're doing it on the right-hand side, they're doing it on the forwards, they're doing it in the backs, and Holly Phillips scored. Look, before the break, we talked quickly about Bristol Bears. Let's talk about Leicester Tigers now. Look, the win is not out of the question, but not far off. So what's a good 40 minutes look like here for your team?
I think it's shaking off the first 40 minutes. We knew that Bristol was going to come out and be really strong and, like we say, looking for those points on the board because they did miss the game last week. So I think for Tigers to be shaking off that performance, finding that belief and going, okay, we're not just here to be part of a Bristol Bears highlights reel, we're here to play some footy. We've had some glimpses of that in the first half, so for us it'll just be building that momentum, giving ourselves the opportunities to play rather than just letting Bristol run around with the board and finding the glimpses that we had in the first half and building on them and starting to become a real attacking threat rather than just defending all day.
Well, still 40 minutes to go in this one. We'll be back with the second half. Don't go anywhere.
New era.
Competing for Leicester and the PWR is everything I've worked towards.
Proud to represent the people of Leicester.
We are Leicester Tigers.
Leicester's different. It comes with years worth of heritage and I can't wait to represent them.
I'm proud to represent my family, my hometown, and just working together with a team to get the wins.
I'm looking forward to proving people wrong and showing that the underdogs can come out on top.
Power, passion, pride. Come on, Tigers.
Speaking to some of the girls, I was like, is it possible to get goosebumps on your face?
Almost that feeling of like we've made a change here and this is it, this is the change.
We were just flying for sort of a couple of days.
Just the immense feeling of joy that we'd done it, we'd won this World Cup, we'd done it together.
Definitely a moment that, I'll be thinking about for a long time.
I remember the last 2 minutes because I was like, we've got this, we've won, and I just thought my whole body just shut down. I had Ellie Kildun shouting at me and I was like, we've won this, like this is crazy.
Bristol Bears are winning the Prem. Come on, Bears! Bristol as a city absolutely loves rugby. They're passionate.
I love the uniqueness, I love the ambition, and I love the drive to succeed.
There's loads of skill on show. We take risks.
It's all about power, passion, being celebrated for who you are and inspiring other people to do the same.
Players to look out for: Sarah Byrne, Millie David, and Renika Bonner.
We want to grow the women's game. We're excited about it. We've got amazing people in place to help us to do so. So if you want to be entertained, get down to Ashton Gate.
New era.
Welcome back to Mattioli Woods, Welford Road. We are at the home of Leicester Tigers, where the home team trail by 40 points to nil. A ruthless Bristol Bears have got their PWR campaign off to a flying start. It has been a full court performance, but it is now Tigers' turn to try and do something. They really turned it on in the second half against Sale Sharks in week 1. Have they got enough in the tank to get something from this game? A try bonus at least, and to leave these supporters who've come out and are sat in this glorious November sunshine something to smile about other than the conditions. Got a couple of changes to tell you about. Some half-time subs for Bristol. Demelza Short is off. She has been replaced by World Cup winner Abby Ward, and Maisie Davis, Welsh international, has replaced Simi Pam, so a like-for-like replacement at loosehead. And the HIA has been failed as well. So Alicia Watkins, her day is done. Jordan Russell will remain on, and Grace Dean, who was wearing number 14 in the first half, she has been replaced by Karolina Kaczyrkova. That is all of the admin done. Jemima McAlmon is back. Bristol Bears are going to get the second half underway. Hollywood blows the whistle, and Bears go deep into the 22. So the first touch will be for Tigers. That's a nice calm exit as well. A good kick to set the tone.
Lovely bounce by the ball as well. But yeah, kick-off calmly collected by captain Jenny Maxwell and handed to the biggest boot on the team. So I think we'll stay out of our 22 for now. Thank you very much.
For now, but the way this game has gone, it is rare that Bristol Bears stay out of there for too long. A first touch for Abby Ward will be a surprise to absolutely nobody that it's a take in a line out. One of the best operators to ever do it in that part of the game. Bevan passes into the sunshine. Lobby Bond in at first receiver. She's driven back. Kristen Bitter involved with that tackle. Nudge in behind from Skuse. Not the easiest of kicks to take, but Tess Fury makes it look easy, but a good chase on her brings her down. Maxwell. Gunter. Interesting, she's been pinged for holding on there, and Ward was over the ball. Wasn't sure if Ward was on the ball or the body there, but Hollywood in a great position to make that decision.
And that's not what you want if you're Leicester Tigers. Easy entrance into the 22 for Bristol Bears, and I'll be surprised if they don't resort to their maul. I think Leicester won't complain about that kick, that kick they've just got.
No. Lucy skewed that one.
Oh, you're on report for that.
Either way, here comes Gallagher, here come Bristol Bears. And it's not long till they make those meters that the kick didn't.
There we go, and a rare moment of Bristol being less than clinical in their 22, which we haven't seen much of today.
They might have got away with one there, you know, because Maisie Davis, that ball has been called as a knock-on. Let's have a look at this. Where does Maisie Davis come from? So yes, if the ball's knocked on and Maisie Davis dives on that, that could have perhaps been a Leicester Tigers penalty, because Davis in an offside position after the knock-on.
A shame that wasn't picked up, because you'd much prefer to be kicking it out as a penalty than scrumming from 10 metres out.
So first scrum for this new front row involving Maisie Davis. Oh, no real change in the outcome. What a scrum from Bristol Bears. Massive effort. And look at the celebration there. Aisha Jar absolutely buzzing off that one. Great to see young props thriving in the environment.
And that's clinical from Bristol, and it's what you want your front row to be doing, is supporting each other and getting around each other after those scrum wins.
Just wouldn't quite come out, would it, for Tigers? They tried to go route one. Good line-out ball. Herring to the maul again. Holly Phillips has it tucked under that left arm. Tigers trying to add some weight. But the Bristol Bears power game doesn't quite get them there. Ball comes out of the back. If they can get it to the right, someone is going to walk in. And that someone is Millie David.
No surprises to anyone there. I think Bristol again showing their masterclass in just keeping that ball alive and moving. A couple of times it looked like Leicester Tigers had shut that down, but Bristol said, actually, we're going to keep the ball alive in our 22.
Well, it's the composure again, isn't it? Even when there are Leicester Tigers defenders there. Timing of the pass good, the riding of the contact good, and Millie David.
Lovely square up by Ella Loverbond again.
Well, since they've lost Phoebe Murray, she's stepped into that midfield role a bit more, hasn't she? In at first and second receiver and helping Skuse and the like to organise the attack.
And that's now 2 for each winger. She's distributing. She might go looking for her second now.
Yes. That swing of the arms from Kira Bevan before she sends it goalwards. That one didn't quite have the legs, so the second miss of the day for Kira Bevan. And the score, Leicester Tigers 0, Bristol Bears 45 still, going at a point a minute.
That won't be the start that Leicester Tigers were hoping to get from this half. They looked positive in their huddle before the game, before the second half kicked off, so hopefully now we can see them create a bit of attacking momentum from the kickoff.
Kristen Bitter, a bit more height on that. The chance for Kachikova to... Oh, wow, what a shot that is. In comes Jordan Russell.
Jordan Russell said, I'll take this one, thank you very much.
Yeah, Kachikova ushered it inside, and Russell, but now Maisie Davis on the break. She turns provider, and it is Lovibon taking the long way round. Cover tackle by Zoe Evans, a good one. What about that break, though, from Davis? Now it's Jar. Both props getting their hands on the ball in this attack. Up the short side, Davis tips it on. And then Bevan. God, there is a relentlessness about this Bristol Bears. They are not going to get bored of scoring tries and creating opportunities. David has to put the toe on it, and it's back with Tigers. Just about the first time they've not been clinical, Bristol Bears.
I think so. They had the eyes on where that space was. They just couldn't quite get the passes out there. And a nice little chip over by Em Henrik, but not quite collected.
Yeah, she's got a versatile kicking game, hasn't she? A good eye for space as Henrik, but Emma Orr was wise to it. Nice ball by Natalia John. Oh, Maisie Davis gets rid of Lingham and then gets rid of the ball to Herring.
You don't see G. Lingham bounced very often.
Maisie Davis, very powerful athlete. That ball that charged down, or charged up, really.
Jenny Maxwell can identify a box kick very quickly. Fellow 9.
Davis again. Oh, she's timed that pass well. Jar finds the offload. Then out the back from Abby Ward. Doesn't quite stick for Orr. And Tigers managing to pounce on these second balls. Another one that's gone backwards. Fury, broken play. Thought about the offload. She had Kachikova. But then just holds on to the ball.
I don't know about you. If you were Tess Fury, were you giving that offload?
I think she might have had a look, and she wanted to, but Kachikova was quite a way away, wasn't she? Because she looked there. I think if she'd have been right on the shoulder, then maybe.
Yeah, I think Tess has made the right decision there. It's a shame because we'd seen the little link up between Em and Tess, our American link up, and creating a bit of momentum, but just couldn't quite finish it off.
But if there is a danger for Bristol Bears, it appears to be Tess Fury and broken play.
It is really exciting watching her have a bit of a run around with the ball in hand. She's creating a bit of chaos out there, so hopefully we can turn that into points at some point.
Gallagher gets the head down, then the extra drive. Her post-contact meters, absolutely excellent.
She's enjoying her carries today.
No way through for Bevan. So David in at scrum half. Ball sits up and skews. One more from her. Still playing with the penalty advantage. Not anymore. Becomes a penalty.
19, not roll leg. 19.
These penalties in this part of, basically anywhere from the halfway line in, so dangerous because you know it's a 22 entry.
Yeah, I think especially for a team like Bristol who's been so lethal with their maul today, it's not the opportunity you want to be giving them.
Oh, what a kick!
Lovely nudge.
Kick. There was a little bit of faint Leicester Tigers hope that that was going to go the wrong side of the corner flag, but no. But an overthrow. And a rare let-off and another collision from Jordan Russell.
Jordan Russell has entered the field of play, ready to play some rugby.
Good contact from Bitter. Perfect. What a wonderful exit.
So being touched by a Bristol player, we can see a Leicester Tigers ball.
Change is coming here. Oh no, she was pointing out that the ball had been touched by someone over the line, so they couldn't take a quick one.
I see. That might have been me having a bit of wishful thinking.
Yes, no, it was a fantastic exit. Some changes being made in the front row here. Ellie Smith coming on, England under 20 loose head. Alana Bainbridge, another former age group international as well. Is that Aneka Laverie coming on as well?
So bienvenue to all our French supporters.
Yes, bonjour.
16.
How is your French?
16 off.
Look, it's a work in progress.
Okay.
Just trying to think of something funny to say in French. Too distracted by the maul.
Rhea Clark's come on for Kira Bevan. This is her first touch. Placement scrum half. Scotland player, great tackle. Lingham, regardless of what she's involved with, if she's on the winning end or the losing end, it's physical.
I tell you what, the more 15 she is playing, the more instinctive she's getting, and she's just class to watch.
Oh, that was class as well. The offload finds Orr out of the back door, and Clark already doing her best to raise the tempo. Davis doing the same. Into the 22, go Bristol Bears. That's a nice ball to play with. Oh, they brought on Sarah Byrne as well. It is double World Cup winners now on the pitch. And here goes Byrne. Hands off one way, then the other. That switch of hands, so good, so instinctual. Lovey Bond in at scrum half, skews. David for the hat-trick. 3 tries for Millie David. Hogging that edge on the left-hand side. And Bristol Bears working it, everyone involved. And what a way to bring up the half-century.
Jenny, just when you get back over to the sub side, can you tell them it's getting kicked into touch? No one wants to touch it on purpose. Okay?
Some lovely offloads by Bristol up the middle, and it's no surprise that it's Sarah Burns setting up the platform for that try. Barnstorming run up the middle and then finished off nicely by Millie David.
I mean, it's a good finish, but that from Burns starts with the ball in the left hand, makes the fend into the right hand, fends with the left. I mean, you drill it so many times, it becomes natural.
Yeah, it's a class act, and unfortunately for any defenders against her, it's lethal to try and stop.
Oh, wow. So Bevan's off. Hesketh takes over the kicking duty and drains one. 52-0.
Don't pull people out of the maul, okay? Let me deal with them, okay?
Now the question begs, is Bonner on the other side of the field going, okay, I see your hat-trick, Millie David, I might grab one for myself.
Yes. Well, in about, let's say 16, 17 minutes time as Another change is being made. Lauren Poole has come on the tight head side to replace Dino Vincent. You have got to choose the 4 players that we put up for the nomination for the PWR Player of the Match. That'll go on to the social media, and all of the fans watching around the world will get to vote. So start to have a think about that.
Goodness gracious.
It's a lot of pressure. I know. But there are certainly some contenders.
Yeah, no doubt about that. You've got quite a few players on both teams putting their hands up saying, I think I'd quite like a nomination, so I've got a tough job.
Well, Leicester Tigers with a line out on the Bristol Bears 22. Massive opportunity. Oh, and then it goes down. It wasn't quite the ball that Gordon wanted. And that short blast on the whistle. I mean, we packed down for a Bristol Bears scrum.
You know, it's tough, and we said that at half-time that we're hoping to watch Leicester Tigers have a couple more attacking opportunities, so it's tough watching them lose a line out at the 22 when potentially we're about to see them have a play around with the ball. So Mika Gunter now packing the back of the scrum. She's switched ends. Oh goodness, switched ends.
There's a lot of versatility, isn't there, in this Leicester Tigers pack? Players that can cover the front row and the back row. Rhea Clark gets the launch play going. Oh, there's space here for David. She might fancy this. Are we on for a special try number 4? We just might be. Millie David pins back the ears into the 22, and that's the pick of the bunch. Again, it's Zoe Evans desperately trying to stop her, but Millie David is unstoppable.
Yeah, it's a courageous chase down by Zoe Evans, but just covering that length of field, couldn't quite get to her in time. And quintessential Bristol Bears, let's run it out of the 22 and full-length try, why not?
3 tries in 10 second-half minutes for Millie David. Take a look at this. A first-phase try from a scrum in the 22.
And it's just that lovely skill execution by Bristol Bears. They're giving Millie the ball on silver platter, and she's... it's not that she doesn't have a work cut out for her, because she's still getting rid of defenders left and right, but it's that lethal display by the Bristol Bears backline to spread the ball with that execution at such a high-quality level in this competition.
Hesketh from pretty much the same spot as it was before. That one's going to drift across the face, and the score will remain Bristol Bears 57, Leicester Tigers 0. One thing that Millie David's got, and Bonner's got it as well, you could look at this as somebody slipping off the tackle, but they're so powerful around the trunk and around the court. Once they're at that speed, not only is it difficult to tackle them, it's also difficult to knock them off balance. You give them that nudge and they've just got the strength to power through.
Yeah, and that's the sort of the off-field stuff that you don't see as a player, but you definitely reap the rewards with on-field, is that, and it's we've just watched it happen again. She's just creating a sort of holistic picture of what you want your wingers to be, which is just difficult to tackle no matter where they are on the field.
She's not a goal hanger, is she? She's not scared of that kind of graft that you alluded to earlier.
Okay, hold green, keep coming.
Yeah, and I think that's the testament to a good winger is, sure, they'll take the ball on the silver platter, but just as much they're, especially off kickoff, you're just looking at any opportunity to get your hands off the ball, and I think Millie David does that very well.
Davis finds Lovibond. Lovibond goes around Laberry. Lovibond is in behind now. It's another chase from Zoe Evans, but it's another thankless task for the Tigers winger as Lovibond goes over for her second. Bristol Bears up over 60. And this is a statement performance on their PWR opener.
Yeah, and we called it earlier. Lovibond was going to be, she's distributed the ball nicely to everyone, so it's unsurprising that she's gone to take a 5-pointer for herself. Just that lethal up the middle. The Bristol girls going through contact, and that offload is killing Leicester Tigers at the minute because Bristol are just building so much momentum.
I think what's interesting about these offloads as well is it's unpredictable to know who the options are. Everybody is comfortable, so the first offload goes to a prop, then the prop's offload goes to a fullback. There is danger from 1 to 23.
Yeah, I think that's what Bristol's offering in bucket loads is, you know, when you do have the likes of Simi Pan and Sarah Byrne out there, you got props that are just as fast as wingers. We actually in Prem Cup watched Simi Pam go on the wing for the last 15 minutes of the game, and it's, you know, when you watch them around the park today, it's unsurprising because they do have so much speed at, you know, 60 minutes into the game.
This is a great angle here. I love that from Davis. Gets the fend out, sees where the support's coming from, and I mean, look, that took some finishing. You know Enika, she is not slow. And again, we've got to give Zoe Evans the credit. She always seems to be the one just desperately trying.
It does seem she's coming from the other side of the field, and she's a quick girl getting across, but unfortunately, just by the way it's playing out, she's not getting there quite in time just because the play is happening on the other side of her. And it is always tough being that cover field defender because it does feel like you're the person sort of not quite getting those tackles, but again, it's sort of going through a whole team before it gets to you.
I think the message for Bristol Bears now will be just keep going. Sometimes we see teams put on performances like this and take their foot off the gas, but there shows no signs of that. Wowee. Now, Amy Dale is going as well. That's 40-50 metres, a brutal clear out from Natalia John. The Bears on the front foot. Davis and a little dummy from Rhea Clark. Gallagher does some ruck expecting. And now Byrne drives the legs, and she's brought down at the second time of asking. Out into the sunshine. Renika Bonner might fancy a little jaunt, but it doesn't get that far because Herring's brought to the deck. Byrne in at first receiver.
I thought she was going to fly half for a second.
I was going to say, it is an 18 on her back, not a 10, but don't be surprised with anything that comes from the brilliant rugby brain of Sarah Byrne. Millie David, 4 tries for her. But the turnover penalty, and Leicester Tigers, albeit briefly, can take a breath.
And we spoke about T. Gordon at the start of the game, that she is one of the players in your team that doesn't matter how many minutes into your game or what the scoreline is, she will stand up and do her job and be someone you can follow as a teammate. So she's done well to alleviate some of the pressure on Tigers just then and take down that Bristol Bears momentum.
Delaney Burns, the captain, has been replaced by Holly Cunningham. Another international player, Scotland international. Another one who's come through the university system as well. She was at Exeter. We've talked about that Bucks Super Rugby competition. And I mean, this Bristol Bears bench today, loaded would be an understatement.
See, when you've got 2 Red Roses fresh off a World Cup win coming off the bench, you're looking at the team sort of enjoying the depth, and as a Leicester Tigers player, you're probably thinking, all right, how do we control that? How do we react to the likes of Sarah Byrne and Abby Ward coming off the bench and running at us 60 minutes into the game?
There is Sarah Byrne. She's dictating what's going on there. Massive leader in this team and in any team. So yeah, the bench, you've got Amy Dale, former Gloucester Hartbury, so she knows about all the success there. Maisie Davis, bit of a young rock star who's made an early impression on her time with Wales. You've mentioned Sarah Byrne, Abby Ward, Holly Cunningham, then Rhea Clark, Scotland international, Natalie Evans, England under-20, maybe one of the next cabs off the rank there, and Jenny Hesketh as well, former captain of England under-20s, now a Wales full international. And you've still got serious talent to come back in as well. Lark Atkin-Davis to come back in, Bottoman to come back in. They're going to fancy it this year, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, if today's anything to look about, they're ready to come out, score tries, and seriously leave their mark on the competition. I think last year they were a serious threat, and this year it looks like they're building on that performance.
It does look like we're going to have a lot of points in the league this year as well. I'm thinking about how, well, Gloucester Hartbury scoring, but also leaking points as well. Exeter got 30 odd against them yesterday. And And that Loughborough Lightning against Harlequins opener at the Stoop. Nearly 100 points scored between the two teams as well.
A cracking game, and it's what you want as a rugby supporter. I think we had a
good ball. And Laberry provides a nice pass, and Bitter can help it on its way. Now the battering ram, Lingham. It's a little bit slower than Laberry would want it.
That's fine, play on.
Oh, she thought she was interfered with there, but Amy Dale could jump on it. And ball back with Bristol Bears on the halfway line.
Okay, hold, stop.
That's a smart kick, but well played, Tess Fury.
Okay, keep coming.
Makes a good connection with that, but it's not going to threaten the touchline. And as we've already found out, kicking the ball deep to Bristol Bears is a gamble. Oh, Sarah Byrne got the fend out there, but it was well handled. Speaking of well handled, Kachikova has done well there against Herring. And a good defensive set from Tigers.
Lovely bit of Tigers defence there, and good to see Kachikova getting involved in the game and saying, actually, this is my wing and I don't want you coming down it. Thank you very much.
Yes.
But as I was saying before with the Loughborough and Harlequin score, just so good as a rugby supporter. The best thing you want to do is watch tries being scored, and I think the game got very defensive and very defence focused a couple of years ago, so it's fun to see it coming back and just seeing lots of tries being scored.
And great tries as well, and all sorts. We've seen brilliant backs moves, you know, the forwards really putting it together. And I mean, probably the most difficult job in PWR at the moment is cutting highlights packages and picking out what you put in and what you leave out. Now Bitter decides to have a go herself, a running player, and Bonner has to have her wits about it defensively. Laberry keeps it nice and quick, and Lauren Poole carries it forward. She'll want to make an impact off the bench. Speaking of impacts, Russell loves to go forward. So some ball here for Tigers. Can they find some tempo? Fury with the inside pass. Well, Gallagher's over that, and she's robbed it. Well played, Gallagher. Now there's trouble. Turnover ball. Oh, Bonner, is that knocked on? Yes.
So just couldn't quite execute that last bit, and Bonner threatening there to find a hat-trick. Potentially that was in the head before the ball was caught.
Yeah. She hasn't had many touches that haven't resulted in a try today, has she? What's amazing is we've seen these brilliant tries from the likes of Lovibon, Bonner and David, but so much of the good work has actually been done in those close quarters down the middle.
Yeah, I think so, and that's testament to their forward pack. And I think a team like Bristol, their backs can only look properly class when their forward pack's doing the job, and their forward pack has done a very good job at setting that platform for today.
Right then, in 5 minutes' time, I want you to give me your nominees for PWR Player of the Match. So get your thinking cap on. And those of you watching, well, those of you watching live, because I know these games are available in perpetuity on catch-up, do not bother voting afterwards. If you're watching this in 2 years' time, we won't count. Okay, what can Tigers conjure up here, if anything? The game is gone, but it's all about building in the season. And a penalty, here we go. Little bit of territory on Laberry.
And she won't be happy with that.
You are not telling me that a French player wears their emotions on their sleeve, are you?
She's such good value to watch. If anyone's looking for a player to support this season, I highly recommend watching Annika Laberry, because she has that French flair and she's got that passion for the game.
Okay, time off, guys. It's contact lens.
And again, for those of you who are, I hope we've got some people who are new to the sport watching today. And if you are one of those people who fell in love with the game during the World Cup, and now you've decided that you're going to be a Leicester Tigers or a Bristol Bears or just a PWR fan. We are delighted you're here, and of course, if you've got any questions about the sport, then stay in touch and we'll try and help you learn throughout the year. But what I will say is, if you're finding out about the game, have a look at what's going on with the French youngsters. Their under-18s and their under-20s are so well coached. They are playing a brilliant brand of rugby, and Enneke Laberie is definitely one of the players who has been involved in that revolution. I think they are, if it's not the Red Roses, I think they are the next big team in international women's rugby.
Yep.
What a turnover. Sensational from Mika Gunter. And now Richardson into the 22. The offload is a good one. Galloping through his heath. Best chance of the game for Leicester Tigers. Laberie has a look. Gunter off the left hand. It's a good ball, but Kachikova takes it stood still, and we see some defense from Millie David. Are we going to see a big defensive set here from Bristol Bears to keep the score at 0, or is there a way through for this tenacious Tigers team? Alana Bainbridge.
Penalty advantage.
Well, they've got a penalty advantage here. Laberie can't dig for the ball. Again, a little look around there. Shall I go? Shall I go?
She did have a look for it. Well controlled by a half-back to make eye contact with the 10, see if she's ready for this kick.
Let's take a look at this turnover then. It was Davis who took it in, and well, Mika Gunter to get in there. That is not only great technique, but it is brave as well to pop your head in.
She's showing her versatility in the last 5 minutes, because she also did what I would imagine was more of a fly half path to a wing out there. So I love watching a forward that's sort of got a well-rounded game.
Off the left hand as well. Well, she's standing out of the line-out now. She's not on darts anymore. Good ball under duress to the front. Penalty advantage for Tigers, and I think we'll go back for that pretty quickly because Davis has forced them all.
Contact in the air. Nothing coming there. Nothing coming there, guys. Contact in the air in the line out.
There you go. Leicester Tigers, another chance to put points in the board now they're in the 22.
Contact in the air. Okay, guys, discipline round here, please. All good. Quickly, you don't want to take the momentum out. Quick.
Leicester Tigers, back-to-back penalties, 5 metres out from the Bristol Bears try line. Bainbridge now on throwing duty. She nailed the last one to the front, and that one, oh, it's just been knocked on, and Gallagher can come away.
Scrum advantage over.
And they might try and go the length again here, Bristol Bears. Their ambition is to be admired. And this is a nightmare for Tigers to try and defend. Reniqua Bonner, speaking of nightmares to try and defend, they do manage to get round her waist and get her to the ground. So that is one phase that they've defended, and they've gone 30 metres forward and 40 metres sideways. And now they start to build again. Oh, wow, Sarah Byrne has coughed that up. And that'll be Leicester Tigers put in at the scrum.
It's an uncharacteristic drop from Sarah Byrne.
Okay, guys, let's build. Time isn't off. Mark's there.
Right then, we've got your nominees. They're about to go live on the social media, so you guys watching at home, watching on the move, watching the game, then you can head over to the PWR socials. You can vote on the PWR player of the match. Sorry, they vote on the YouTube, not the socials. YouTube's a social, isn't it?
YouTube is social.
YouTube is social, yes. So cast your votes. You'll see the nominees, and at the next stoppage you can tell us who they are, Jemima. But in the meantime, Leicester Tigers looking to get it moving through Lingham. Hans Reed is driven back, and Laberie finds Mika Gunter. She's had such a good game today, and just showing her conditioning as well to still be going at this pace, even 70 minutes in, and doing all the defending that Leicester Tigers have had to do.
And Bristol Bears making Leicester Tigers work for every inch that they're carrying that ball.
And that's credit to them, isn't it? Because at 62-0, it would be very easy to just stop. But they have got that dog in them. Rhys Oakley in charge of the defence here, having masterminded Gloucester Hartpury's defence for their 3 title wins. That's a very astute get. Right, Bristol Bears are going to kick for touch. So tell us, who are your 4 nominees for the PWR Player of the Match today?
I'll start with my Leicester Tigers nomination, Georgie Lingham. I just think in defence she has been everywhere she can get. You said it before, her physicality in every involvement, and as we speak about again, she's going for the ball then, and I think she's just such an injection of power in the Leicester Tigers team. So excited to watch her throughout the rest of the season. But yeah, I think she's put on a strong performance today. And then from Bristol Bears, could call me winger bias, but both Bonner and David, we've spoken about them a lot on the mic today, and I think well deserved. So impossible not to give them their flowers. And then to finish up would be Evie Gallagher. She's looked threatening every single time she's had the ball, and done a cracking job as an 8 with her turnovers and her carries. So she's been good fun to watch today. But to be honest, there are a quality couple of girls in that Bristol team that put their hands up for it as well.
Yes, there are a few that have missed out, but you know, you're making your co-commentary debut today. Usually you only get to nominate 1. You've got to nominate 4, so you're already up on the norm. So the nominees once again for Leicester Tigers, number 12, Georgie Lingham. For Bristol Bears, number 11, after her 4 tries, Millie David. Number 14, 2 tries, Reniqua Bonner, and for her brilliant work around the park. And a try, of course, just as she's...
It's commentator's curse.
Yeah, not knocked that ball on. Scotland international back rower, Evie Gallagher. So get your votes in, and we will announce at the end of the match who is victorious, not just on the pitch, but for the PWR Player of the Match as well. Sarah Byrne.
It's a shame. You can also have Impact Player of the Match. Jordan Russell, Sarah Byrne have both injected so much energy into their respective teams.
That's a nice offload that finds Orr, and then she helps it on its way. They're always trying to free the hands, aren't they? Jenny Herring there couldn't get it away, but it is quick ball. Davis, inside pass, and Evie Gallagher skips away. Gallagher gets the fend, the cover tackle, a good one. But again, Davis is there. It is such great rugby. Maisie Davis, she's had a great half of rugby too.
She really has.
Now Cunningham, David off the boot and into the bread basket of Kachakova. So that is, believe it or not, a visit to the 22 that Leicester Tigers, Bristol Bears haven't scored from, and that is an excellent Leicester Tigers clearance.
Yeah, that's the boot of Enika Leberry, so she'll be happy with that. Bon tap, I believe is the correct terminology. Please, no French people come in and correct me. But yeah, saw Millie David play a bit of soccer.
That was so good from Gallagher to Davis, and then from here on in, it was just that last pass, wasn't it?
That might be the best offload of the game, I think. And there's been a couple to pick from.
Oh, there was that Holly Phillips one in the first half that was really nice as well.
Yeah, they have given us a masterclass in offloads today, Bristol.
So what are the awards we're bringing in? Impact Player of the Match is one, and Offload of the Match. We're going to lobby to introduce those, are we?
I think so, why not?
The Jemima McCalman Award.
Sort of pressure on. I'm going to have to start offloading really well when I get back onto the field.
So look, I'm not going to ask you about your injury status or when you're going to come back, because I think that puts unfair pressure on everyone. But you're hoping to make your appearance for Leicester Tigers in the coming season?
Yes, I would. Again, hopefully not giving commentators curse, but we'd hope the next game we're playing I should look like I'm competitive for selection, so we'll see how we go. But I'm very lucky. I've come from Australia where the season is about 5 games long, so you get a sort of a 2-week injury and it takes out half your season. So very happy to be here where it's just a blip.
Well, look, when you are fit again, off the field's loss will be on the field's gain. It's been great to have you on co-coms today. And one of the things I'm really excited about throughout this season is just getting to know some of the players. We'll be broadcasting every game, whether it's on TNT Sports, iPlayer or YouTube, and getting the opportunity to not just get the insight, but get to know some of the players like Jemima here. because it's not just, well, the players on the pitch are brilliant, but they're, as you've already alluded to here, a lot of cultures, a lot of characters, a lot of great people to get to know and love and enjoy in this great sport and in this great league. 4 minutes to go, and Bristol Bears still relentless. They do not want to let Leicester Tigers get over that whitewash today.
No, they do not, and I think they'll be really happy with the well-roundedness of their game and the fact that for a team that's so quality in attack, to round out their performance and put in a great defensive shift as well, they'll be very happy with that. And as lovely as it has been today, I will have to say, hopefully I don't see you again in the commentary box.
Yeah. There is always a welcome for you up here, but I will be delighted when you get to make your impression on this team.
It's the same as chatting with your physios and your S&C.
Yes.
In rehab club, you say, thank you, I hope I don't see you again anytime soon.
Yeah, and I'm sure they say the same to you.
Penalty advantage, 17 collapse.
And they mean it in the nicest possible way. Gallagher, nice little shift onto the left boot to get into the 22. And Bristol Bears looking to finish on a high.
I think Gallagher heard my Player of the Match nomination and decided she was going to put her best foot forward.
Yes, she's heard that there's a bottle of something delicious on offer. So another shout out to you watching wherever you are around the world. You get to decide the PWR Player of the Match. The nominees are Georgie Lingham, Reniqua Bonner, Millie David and Evie Gallagher. And you get to have a say in who goes home. There is Gallagher. Maybe the camera operator decides that they want Gallagher. That's why they've zoomed in on her. And she is straight on that ball again, Gallagher. And this ball moving effortlessly towards the line, over the line, and Amy Dale gets her first PWR try of the season. Bristol Bears 67, Leicester Tigers 0.
Bristol Bears showing that energy of the week off they had last week and saying we will play an 80-minute match. And that's again, that Bristol Bears maul has been lethal all day, and I'm sure that's not the last time this season we're going to see it.
Well, it's been a much improved Leicester Tigers in the second half. But Bristol Bears have not dropped the level at all, and we have seen it on both sides of the ball. Natalie Evans having her first shy at the stumps.
It wasn't an easy kick to ask her to make straight off the bat.
Your turn.
Yeah, that one looks, I don't like that angle. I'm happy for you to have a crack now.
I'm reliably informed that Millie David is currently in the lead in the PWR Player of the Match poll. And if you're watching at home and you think, no, I don't like that, you've got about 60 seconds to change it. So get your votes in on the YouTube. Whatever you're watching on, it should be quite obvious how you cast your vote. I think it's quite cool that the fans get to vote on the Player of the Match now.
I cast my vote last week. I wasn't able to head up to Sale to watch our girls play, so I was a proud voter on the YouTube channel.
Who did you... We should get stickers done that say I voted, you know, like in the US election. Just a reminder, we are not perfectly linked in with the referee's watch, but we do know that we are coming towards the end of this one. A comfortable victory for the Bristol Bears. I make it 11 tries in total. 2 for Lovibond, 2 for Bonner, 4 for David, 1 for Phillips, 1 for Gallagher, and 1 for Dale.
Our Bristol social media manager, not shy of content for this week.
Yes, yeah, he's going to be busy. They'll be hoping for a hit factory. Is there something for Leicester Tigers to end this game with a smile on their face? Bitter steps inside, Gallagher makes the tackle.
Got to credit 80 minutes into the game, and Gallagher's line speed in that in defence is as fast as it was in the first one.
Speaking of speed, Reniqua Bonner will finish with a hat-trick try. She's barely had a touch in the second half. Such has been the direction of the game. But the concentration level, the quality level, and ultimately the pace. 80 minutes in, she's still got that in the tank. She gets a hat-trick. That is a nice round dozen tries for Bristol Bears and 70 points on the board to open their PWR campaign.
Yep, they won't be complaining about that. Again, we've seen 80 minutes into the game, that lovely spread of the ball, clinical passing. It's quintessential Bristol Bears play, and they're very good at it. And it's a bit of an easier kick this time.
Well, you've said it now, haven't you?
Yeah. Not my Leicester bias coming out. I hope I haven't given her the commentator's curse.
The last kick of the game is 2 more points on the board for Bristol Bears. Well, that week off, whatever they did, they need to do more of it. The challenges will get greater as the season progresses, and Leicester Tigers will get closer as the season progresses. But that is a statement victory for one of the teams that have got their eye on the top of the tree. 4 tries for Millie David, and she is the PWR player of the match.
No surprises there.
A fantastic performance from her. I mean, all smiles, and she doesn't even know she's won the award yet. A bit of a moment between her and Phoebe Murray, and I'm sure we'll check in and find out what the latest is there. And that is one of the downers on what has been a largely positive day for Bristol Bears. It finishes here at Mattioli Woods, Welford Road. Leicester Tigers 0, Bristol Bears 74. Don't go anywhere, because we'll still go through all of the highlights, but let's talk about what you made of that then, Jemima.
Yeah, I think, to be fair, as a Leicester supporter and player, that was a tough watch. I mean, Bristol has put on a masterclass of rugby, and at the end of the day, we do want to see good rugby, and we want to see tries scored, and we want to see the likes of Bonner and David going out there and doing their jobs really well. So that part was joyous to watch, but as a Leicester Tigers supporter, it's tough, and especially at home, you don't want to see a home game with that scoreline, and I think that's a lot for Leicester to take back into this week of training and work out what they're going to do on their bye week. Maybe we'll take a page out of Bristol's book in the bye week and see if we can come out and put 70 points back on at Saracens.
Watch out, Saracens. Leicester Tigers are coming for you. But let's talk about Bristol Bears then, because they were, I mean, relentless was a word we use. Yes, they've got the deadly finishers, the likes of Millie David and Ella Lovibond and Reniqua Bonner, who scored 10 tries between them. God, it must have been, how many tries was it in the end then? So Lovibond got 2, Bonner got 3, that's 5, 9, and then yes, the three forwards as well. This try now seems like quite a long time ago, doesn't it? This was the first one. This was when Evie Gallagher, player of the match nominee, went over, and then almost immediately from that, Millie David announced herself.
Yeah, I think Bristol have put a lovely mark on the competition for their first game, and I think the likes of Gloucester and Sarries and Harlequins will be watching Bristol's game today and saying it's very well rounded, putting their mark on the competition, and I think the Bristol coaches will be very happy with this. See Bonner again, masterclass in the winger step. It's not even a step, it's a curve.
Yeah. It's something, and what it is, no matter how you describe it, is very difficult to defend. When things aren't going your way, and they're not going Leicester Tigers' way at the moment, still building, it shows how cruel rugby can be, because it looked as though Tess Fury was on the verge of something special, and then something extra special came back the other way.
You know, and that is the tough thing. Tigers is a building team, and we had glimpses today, and I really hope our fans can look at that and realise we are a building team. Our Irish girls, they say, Colleen Banya Kakamilish, which is mean Rome wasn't built in a day. We're going to get there. So we'll trust the words of the Irish girls, but for now, unfortunately, tiny mistakes, and Bristol is a good enough team to capitalise on them.
That was Ella Lovibon's try in the first half. I think that might be the first Irish language we've ever had on a PWR broadcast, so congratulations.
I'm living with a couple of Irish girls. They're all around me at the moment, so I had to give a shout out to them.
Wonderful.
No one come at me for my pronunciation, please.
No, I'm sure everyone will be absolutely delighted. So into the second half, and it was a perfect start for Bristol Bears. Millie David on the end of this one. And I suppose that's the mark of a great winger, isn't it? Brilliant individual tries, but also the nuts and bolts of being a winger who holds the edge and finishes when they need to.
Yeah, and she's got that instinct of when she needs to hold the edge and when she's allowed to come off and have a little run up the middle, take a bit of pressure off her forwards, give them a well-deserved break. I think she was very exciting as a breakthrough player last year, and this season even more exciting to build her game, and she's going to start putting her name on a Red Roses jersey soon if she keeps playing like this.
Well, there is no sign of second season syndrome, that difficult second album for Millie David, is there? I mean, 4 tries and all coming from that left-hand side, coming from all kinds of distances, and a lot of them came from distance. This was a superb try. Ella Lovibon with so much to do after she took that offload from Maisie Davis. But she's quick enough. Someone who we didn't give much of a shout out to in that post-match was Zoe Evans. She didn't manage to make any of those try-saving tackles, but her effort levels were phenomenal today.
Yeah, and she really was there. She is this fast player and she knows how to use it. Unfortunately today, I think it was just the way of the game that she couldn't quite get there, but I think, you know, if the field was that extra 10 metres long, I think we would have potentially seen a different scoreline with those cover tackles.
And they were so dangerous every time the ball went loose. This was Bonner, and her hat-trick try still had the energy to finish like that. She is some player, isn't she?
A high-quality athlete, because that sprint at the end, you could put that on running commercials. The technique is so good, and, you know, that's 80 minutes in.
Well, the hugs will continue, the smiles will continue, and hopefully your support for the league will continue. Just a reminder, every single game is going to be covered across TNT Sports, BBC iPlayer and YouTube, where you've watched this one. Confirmation of the results then. Gloucester Hartpury getting an excellent win away at Exeter Chiefs. The score here, 74-0. Loughborough Lightning, a close one with Sale Sharks. That kicked off the same time as this. I'm not confirmed if that's full time or not, but at the moment a 7-point lead, and that would be huge because Sale Sharks, a much improved team, and we have had that confirmed now. It is a full-time result, so Loughborough Lightning pick up their first win of the season. Sale Sharks fall to their first defeat, and then 3 p.m, which is a couple of minutes' time, Saracens against Harlequins. The London Derby back in the Premier 15s days. That was the rivalry. They faced off in so many finals, and both teams will really have eyes on the prize this year too. So that will be a huge one. Look, that is just about all from us. Check on the PWR socials for some post-match interviews and reaction. But your final thoughts, Jemima? It's been great to have your company today.
It's just been lovely to watch a game of rugby with you. Fingers crossed next time if we're watching it. Hopefully I'm playing, but Leicester can put a bit of a stronger performance on the scoreboard. But I think credit to Bristol Bears. They played the game of rugby that they like playing, and they came away with the points to show it.
Thank you very much, Jemima, and thank you to you wherever you've been watching around the world. Leicester Tigers continue to build, but Bristol Bears are back in business. Bye-bye.